Here's my kitchen and my Kindle Fire, where we left off reading last time in Molasses Moon. These are the blurbs. At the end of Molasses Moon, trying to describe it. And we're getting the mirrored effect here again of the kitchen, which seems to be a nice art of an overlap of the present with the past, multiple layers in time. Words capturing time. We're just about finished with this book. So I'll continue reading the blurbs in Molasses Moon and see what comes up next. Now, I think I read blurb number 2, but if not, I'll go ahead. Also, while I'm reading these, possibly, if you'd like, pick out your favorite lines or your favorite points that to you nutshell this book best from your perspective. And also feel free, if you'd like to add a comment either here on the YouTube video page on my channel or on my Facebook page, where I'm most active at this time, giving links to these videos as I make them, leaving comments on how you might nutshell this work or describe it, the parts of it that appeal to you most. So blurb number 2, Molasses Moon by L.G. Shelnutt, a 46-year-old witch who developed a few simple quantum physics theories to improve her broomstick technique, journalizes her attempts to get published. In the NYC industry, she runs into heads harder than hers. Molasses proves just how hard. It also doubles as a survival manual for wannabe best-selling authors or loners on the long road to getting rich, doing what they love. Rejection's a killer. Molasses will save your life. Blurb number 3. When life gives lemons, make lemonade, if you have sugar. When time moves too slowly, make gingerbread. Molasses Moon details a witch's ingenious comic attempts to get the attention of NYC hardheads in the publishing world. Spicing her journal, L.G. witch author adds pithy bits of physics and philosophy. An unabashed capitalist who's decided Mother Earth hates ecology, the heart loves cholesterol, and people should be able to die when they want to. The spice isn't mild. If you get indigestion, don't blame me, disclaims L.G. Blurb 4. My name is L.G. Shelnutt. You could say I'm a witch, since I'm an astrologer, tarot card reader, etc. But I never did believe witchcraft was worth a darn, so I never studied it. I toy with quantum physics instead, using techniques I call matter under mind. My motivation to develop my mental powers was feeling my mind was under matter, as in buried. Digging out of that grave turned into a comedy. Molasses Moon tells the tale. No, honestly, Molasses tells how to turn rejection into fuel for flying on a broomstick, or at least for continuing on the long road, breaking ground through NYC hardheads. In other words, this is a survival manual written by a witch or writers who want to become best-selling authors, as well as for anyone wanting to earn a living by a labor of love. I haven't made it yet, but I'm forever on my way. Blurb 5. Mother Earth hates ecology, the heart loves cholesterol, and people should be able to die when they want to, says L.G. Shelnutt in her delicious Molasses Moon. This non-fiction book's spice isn't mild. If you get indigestion, don't blame the witch author who, not believing in the power of bats' eyeballs, uses quantum physics for working magic. Even magic has to maximize and magnify to get the attention of the NYC publishing industry. Maybe this nose itching might work like in, what was that movie a while back, Bewitched? Didn't you have to just touch your nose or something to make things happen? Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, continuing. A delightfully silly journal of L.G.'s attempts to get published, Molasses Moon is generously spiced with her questions for physics, metaphysics, and philosophy. Unlike any book you'll ever read, you won't read it just once. If you've ever been rejected and want to use the pain to fly, or at least keep going, you'll fall in love with molasses and swear by the healing power of gingerbread. Molasses Moon will sell like hotcakes. Wonder where that statement came from. That's from the President in 2012. And today is Monday, February 20th. Selling like hotcakes. One day back in history, hotcakes must have sold really fast. That's all I can think of. Asterisk. Let's see. Now, blurb 1 for Sliding Down Moonbeams. Sliding Down Moonbeams by L.G. Shelnutt lives up to its title. A zany, uplifting ride through the ozone, the tale of the author's continued struggles with indifferent publishers and her ebbing motivation is delightfully unusual. A witch toying with quantum physics since she has no faith in the broomstick mystique, Shelnutt tickles your mind about why, how we're here, and where we're going, while she's steadily edging toward publication of her book. Famous for saying Mother Earth hates ecology and the heart loves cholesterol, Shelnutt is far from politically correct. A light-hearted rebel, she'll take you where you've never been, and you'll love it. The problem is returning to life as we knew it. With books like Sliding available, reality games on Earth could become infinitely more fun. Blurb 1 for Morning Comes. After reading Shelnutt's Morning Comes, you'll have a resident in your mind, M. Jennifer Green, alias Maya Rose Gem. Like an angel, she'll keep you true to your desires for your own life. Jennifer's highly spirited, refreshing story will leave you wondering if you haven't lived on another world and if heaven might be on another planet. This story will lift you up and not let you down. The author says she often rereads this particular favorite of hers. It possesses a magic that purges anxiety, guilt, emotional pain. Your only letdown will be lack of immediate availability of sequels of Jennifer's struggles and shenanigans. There's good news there, too. Though Morning Comes is complete alone and absolutely satisfying, sequels are not far away. Asterisk. I have 3 sequels to Morning Comes, each polished with a year's revisions. The titles, Full Moon Rising, New Moon Blues, Quarter Moon Dews, The Rose and the Pyramid. A parallel book is in printed trade paperback form. The Rose tells a higher fantasy of how the morning and moon reality downside stories would have evolved if fairy tales could come true. The Seed of Time, the Genesis story for the series, takes place way back at a hypothetical beginning of time, prior to the Adam and Eve story. That book is half written in manuscript form. I haven't decided how or when to present these Morning Comes sequels and parallels. I have written each Maya gem book to stand alone and or be read in any sequence, though the order of the listing above is the most natural. Asterisk. And now the conclusion to Molasses Moon's epilogue. To you, most sacred reader, thanks for being here. You've earned your angel wings. Hope to see you soon in one of my other books. Take your cue. Most sincerely, all best wishes, L.G. Shelnutt. And there I type the number 30, which in manuscript format means the end. And below that typed, this is the end of Molasses Moon. Asterisk, photo series for Molasses Moon. Photos were taken by Tom or Linda Shelnutt in their home surroundings and wanderings, or as indicated in captions in the Seagull series taken by Linda Fisher. A descriptive list is included at the conclusion of the series. And here's the first picture that I did show in another video. That was actually the attic a few years before 94 when I used it for the setting of writing this book, Molasses Moon. I'll read the caption. Above is the, capital T-H-E, attic, showing the low ceiling slant in the top corners of the photo. This photo was taken in 1986, when Linda was still working on her Canon Typestar 6 travel writer on the table. Years earlier than the 1994 time frame of Molasses Moon. See photos later in this series for the changes in the workspace setup in 93 and 94. Yet the cherished attic space hasn't changed much since this photo was taken, except that its use and contents were altered periodically. Yeah, I think I'll pause there. And then for the rest of the photos, I'll let you have the privilege of seeing them in your own copy of the book. And you'll note that they do show beautifully on the Kindle Fire, but everything reads easier to print in the regular Kindle electronic book readers. I don't think I'd want to be without having one of each, the Kindle Fire for its multiple purposes and use of a smaller, more portable tablet format. And then just the readers, because the electronic ink is very amazing in long-term reading on how comfortable it is to hold and read. It's easy to hold because it's thinner, smaller, and lighter than the Kindle Fire. Okay, maybe in concluding today, I don't know if this will be the last video I'll do on Molasses Moon, if I might want to do some type of a concluding commentary. We'll see. I'll just finish this one and see what happens. I hate to end this series. I really enjoyed doing it. What's going on today is kind of interesting. I'm finishing up final touches on my 7th visceral history that I'll be putting on Kindle. There are 8 total. The last one, number 8, would be This is Someone's Loved One, An Undertaker's View. That was a story about Frank and Irene Whitty, who lived their married life together in an actual mortuary building, a beautiful old Victorian house in the small town of Florence, Colorado. And number 7 is the story of Ralph Carestia of Florence. And each of these little stories is about the person or people interviewed, of course, but it's also about what those stories seem to bring out in the way of values that I think people still cherish. I wonder if I could take too long to find Ralph's story in here, because I think I have my working copy. Actually, I mailed it to my Kindle. I do have it. I emailed it to my Kindle Fire so that I could read it there in my editing phases. And you can see it in my carousel here. If I can get it lined up. It looks like in a paper format. I worked is the title of it. Now I'll click on that one so I can show you the I'm going to try to go to the cover. See what happens. Oh, I got it. Good deal. Now you can see the cover of the book I'm currently working on. See if I can get that lined up right. It's really a neat book cover, I think. I hear my clock ticking in the background. It's real hard to line these up right, but it's kind of fun playing with it. You can see the Mack trucks in the background. So anyway, what next? This shows the opening pages, or page. Interesting. Maybe only to me. So now what do I say at the end of something like this? I don't know. Maybe just to say nothing is best. Thanks anyway. Take care. Maybe leave some comments someday. Maybe I'll still be here to read them. See you later.